What up, y'all? It's Megaran, and I just got back from the most incredible trip that I've ever taken. I did 8 shows in the continent, Africa. That's right, specifically in the wonderful land of Morocco. Now, I didn't know much about it before, but I can tell you now that it's a mountainous country of Western North Africa that lies directly across the Strait of Gibraltar from Spain. Morocco was made a French protectorate in 1912, but regained independence in 1956, and today it is the only monarchy in North Africa. The medieval traveler Ibn Battuta wrote that it is the best of countries, for in it fruits are plentiful, and running water and nourishing food are never exhausted.
You know, all that stuff that NyQuil does, and a natural juice.
And what is it?
What is it? We got, what is it, sugarcane, ginger, lemon. That's it.
That's it.
All right, down the hatch.
Down
Cheers.
the hatch. Cheers.
Yo.
Oh, so cool.
So everybody keeps asking me, why Morocco? I have to say, this was a complete twist of fate. All shout outs and praises go to the American Cultural Association of Morocco, or ACA. The ACA is the not-for-profit parent organization of the American Language Centers, or ALCs, in Morocco. There are 12 ALCs all over Morocco, and once an ALC gets an artist that they want to bring in, they pitch them to every center who will listen and choose if they want to bring that artist to their center. And this year, it was your boy. 8 out of 12 said yes, which apparently was a record. Yeah. Alright, I gotta shout out Zach, who brought me to the ACA after a South by Southwest performance. We got to chat a bit in Tangier about the process.
And actually yours was like, kind of like, this is it.
Yeah. I was about to ask you, so what was the response to the centers when you said, hey, do you want megaran?
Yes, well actually it was from the tours that we're bringing this year. Yours is the most successful in terms of centers wanting it. So
you heard that? Most in demand. Look at us, look at us.
In demand, so,
most wanted. The tour would take us to several cities: Marrakesh, El Jadida, Casablanca, Oujda, Rabat, Meknes, Tangier, and Tetuan in just under 2 weeks. Let's get it. So day 1, we land in Marrakesh after a long flight, and we were picked up by an awesome taxi driver who recommended we try some good food out here. He said, tagines all day. We went to our hotel and strolled the street for our first little taste of Marrakesh nightlife. We had a chicken tagine, and it was amazing. The souks, or open-air markets in Marrakesh, were a sight to behold. Day 2. Next day in Marrakesh, we tried to go to the Jardin Majorel on Yves Saint Laurent, but it was all booked up. Nope, get your tickets way in advance. So we were a little dejected, but the cab driver suggested we take a camel ride, which was pretty dope. Can't say I thought I would ever do that. Later, we had dinner with our contacts from the ACA, another grand feast. And this is when I found out that I'm absolutely addicted to Moroccan tea. I had it twice a day for the rest of the tour.
So here we are, we're in Marrakesh. This is show number 1. We were at the school. Yeah, we're still working on my accent. But we're at the Arts and Sciences School. A lot of visual artists, tech, movie people want to do like film things. A lot of cool creatives.
The arts.
Yeah, we can be able to get into the arts here. We're gonna give them a little bit of our arts and see how this goes. But this is number 1 of 8 here in Marrakesh. So it's a beautiful town, and we're ready to give them a little bit of what we do, you know? So you ready for this?
I'm ready. Let's rock it.
Day 3. Next morning, we squeezed into a cab with Ali, our driver. It was tight. And we had one of the scariest drives I've ever experienced in life, trying to get to El Jadida. We were met with the craziest dust storm, or haboob, that scared the crap out of me. I'm talking about zero visibility Ali was from the area, told us afterwards that he had never seen anything like this. I don't know if I would have pushed him to keep going if I had known that. But anyway, we made it, but dog, it was terrifying. But this trip was so worth it because El Jadida was beautiful. Our hotel was right on the beach. The weather was rainy though. So we learned that Friday is Couscous Day in Morocco, which is a big tradition that we were glad to take a part in. Had another huge meal, and then we were told because of the weather, the show might be canceled because it was supposed to be in that outdoor area. But thank goodness for Djemaa, who had a great idea to move it indoors and for us to do 2 shows to accommodate the large crowd of kids they were expecting. So we basically did the show in the school's main office, which was wild, but worked out perfectly. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture that. On day 4, we caught a train to Casablanca, which is the largest city in Morocco, and you could tell that right away. This spot is so lively. The moment you land, there's just pure chaos. The city's French colonial legacy is apparent in its downtown architecture, which is a blend of Moorish style and European Art Deco. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, we are at the, where are we? Oh, American Art Center, Casablanca. Day 5, DN3 and I caught a flight to Oujda in northeast Morocco, near the Algerian border, while Richie stayed back in Casablanca. It's known for its great mosque built in the late 13th century. We got there too late to do anything, but the next day we did go to a market and do some shopping. But I was a little disappointed because I saw a lot of things that were made in China. Ooh. Oujda was a little disappointing with our 2 episodes of me getting got. One from very persistent kids, and another from letting the hotel call a taxi for you, which apparently doubles your price. No one tells you that. Anyway, the show was at the local language center in a nice big room with a really dope sound system. I was too in the moment to take video, but I had a really good time. And more good food. Some great chicken. We left super early to fly back to Casa for a day off. Planes, trains, and automobiles. Day 6. Days off are for chilling, and in this case, karaoke. So I was even singing on my off day. We got to see some great sights, including the breathtaking Hassan Mosque and even Rick's Cafe. We hit a spot in town, belted out some tunes on the karaoke. We got to Rabat, the capital, and noticed a much more serious vibe than the rest. Kind of felt like a mix between Washington, D.C. and Paris. Everybody was in suits, and a lot of government officials were walking around. We managed to get some good food and a really dope tea trick. Check this out. The center had a really dope basement, and we got to rock a really cool house party type vibe situation out there, and the people really were into it. Had a blast. Probably to that point, best show of the tour.
My man who's really great with the dancing. It's for the dance, megaran, and now your hands with my keys, yo, we up in the spot. Everybody showing love in Rabat.
It was here that I feel like we hit a groove with the performances and the set list. You know, when you do a tour, you start off one way, but by the end, the set is totally different because you see how people are reacting and responding in a different place. So you maybe work some new things in that work out. But we hit a very solid groove by the time we're in Rabat. Day 8, we catch a train to Meknes, one of the 4 imperial cities in Morocco. Great atmosphere, really old architecture. Maybe my most fun tour as far as getting to see really aged, cool stuff. I saw probably the last thing I expected to see when we got to the center. A black woman from America. That's right. Shout out to Miss Kim Brown, who was such a welcome face and just an amazing, amazing soul. The show was in a classroom and the kids seemed to have a really good time with it. We also got here too on a tour we didn't ask for from some local kids who were really aggressive to tourists. One no usually isn't enough. But anyway, day 9, Tangier was next, the international city of spies. We took a walk through some great sites where some dope movies were filmed, 007 and so many more, and got another tour that we didn't really ask for, by some kids that we picked up by stopping at Cafe Baba, the world famous spot that the Rolling Stones and Anthony Bourdain and plenty of other famous folks have hung out in. I had Moroccan tea, of course, though we were offered much more than that. Alright, yo, so you know how they say like Hot 97 is like where hip hop lives? Nah, bro. In Morocco, Tangier City is where hip hop lives. This show felt like I was back home playing the shows that I came up playing. It was a straight hip hop cultural vibe and experience that I did not expect to feel in Morocco. It was insane, bro. I mean, we had b-boys, we had breakers, we had MCs, we had ciphers. There was so much going on at this show, and it was all hip hop, and it was beautiful.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Day 10, we would end our tour just an hour away in the picturesque city of Tétouan, aka the White Dove of the Mediterranean. Tétouan was beautiful. This place is of particular importance in the Islamic period from the 8th century onward, since it served as the main point of contact between Morocco and Andalusia. After the reconquest, this town was rebuilt by Andalusian refugees who had been expelled by the Spanish. Although it's one of the smallest Moroccan medinas, Tétouan is unquestionably the most complete, and it has been largely untouched by subsequent outside influences. Really dope stuff. We had about half a day to see the city, and then we played a really fun show that night at the center to an awesome, enthusiastic crowd. And with that, the tour was over. So, whole tour has been amazing. All of our first times to Morocco, just great vibes, beautiful towns, and great shows too. But Richie, any highlights for you, man?
Casablanca was crazy. It was really good to go to Little Senegal and just see just a melting pot of different cultures.
You know, Marrakesh was pretty dope because of the food, you know?
Yeah, like people say the food in Morocco is amazing. They ain't lying. Like, we ate like kings and for cheap. So
I ate like cheap kings.
Cheap kings, yo. Man, big ups to the ALC. I appreciate them like making all these arrangements for us to go to these different places, having taxis, having trains, having, you know, sometimes planes for us to go see places.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Rock crowds. It's like a blur. This was 2 weeks that just flew by. So I think that means we gotta do it again.
We gotta run it back.
Got to run it back.
We'll be back.
So the Morocco tour 2 is gonna happen at some point very soon. So if you've ever been on the fence about going, please get to the continent and see this beautiful country, because it's amazing.
Yeah, this is one of the most amazing places I've ever been.
Wow, and this guy's been everywhere, so you can take that to the bank. Yeah, it's been super dope. I'm inspired. Hopefully some new music is coming. Myself and Richie and D&D worked on new stuff during this trip.
D to the N3, drop the beats that be keeping their hands knotting.
Berber and Little Senegal. Been
So you'll be able to hear that, I'm sure, at some point soon. And yeah, we're gonna keep it going, keep the vibes going, and take this momentum back to the States and do something amazing. So shout out to the ALC, shout out to you for watching. We love you. Visit Morocco.
Peace. Smell what Morocco's cooking.
I want to extend my deepest thanks to the ACA and each center's students and staff for their kindness, generosity, and warmth that they showed to us throughout our visit. The sense of community and camaraderie that I experienced at each center is a testament to the inclusive and supportive environment that the ACA has cultivated over the years. And I'm just so thankful to be a small part of that story. Well, I'm Megaran, and I'm out. Peace. We are visitors to this place, and I picked this thing here in Marrakesh. I may have overpaid for it, but In this town, am I pulling this off? Does this help me fit in, or does this make me look like a tourist? What do you think? What are you thinking? You can be honest.
I don't know. I think I mean it doesn't really. I don't feel weirded out by it.
No?
I mean, like
Okay,
maybe if you were like you know, a German tourist, like white with green eyes.
Yeah.
It would be different.
It would be a little different. Yes, yes. All right. You know, folks, don't do it. Just don't do it. All right. I can know. Yeah. But okay, so I can pull it off.
No, personally, it was like, ooh.
Okay, good. So
I was like, no, actually, I was like, it fits you.
Thank you. I was worried about that. You know, we don't want to offend anybody, cause any international incidents.